Hey, Jen. This is AJ. Remember me? One of the functioning drunks? Me and my buddy Dennis. We miss you.
Oh, yeah.
It's... You know, we do this mainly for you. If it wasn't for you, I don't know where we'd be in our lives.
Just for you, baby.
I gotta say, damn, you're looking good today, too.
So good.
What are you wearing? Is that some sort of blouse?
You kinky.
Man, I hope that your old man appreciates you as much as we do.
So we do.
All those Patreon donations, you know, that's not the only reason we love you. We love you because of your smile.
Yeah.
Because of your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Because of your, what else do we love her for?
I'm just the oh yeah guy.
Your humor and your willingness to put up with us. It's kind of got me thinking.
Yeah.
I think you're better than where you are in life, and I think you belong here with me.
Wait.
Actually, yeah.
We didn't.
I'm about to confess my love.
No. Wait. You're married.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
sorry.
not.
I got a little carried away. I think Dennis has something to say to you.
I like the subtle way you say my name in my mind. Happy Valentine's Day, Jen.
We're tonight's entertainment.
You ever get the feeling that everything in America is completely fucked up?
Our fathers were models for God. If our fathers failed, what does that tell you about God?
There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
You're listening to the Functioning Drunks podcast, part of the DNA Digital Network.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever drank. I doubt that very much, Playboy.
We are live, AJ.
Damn, it's about time.
Yeah, I mean, I almost fell asleep. That intro is what, two hours long?
It seems like it sometimes.
It sucks that you can't hear the intro when it's going. We're on live. We got to figure out how to remedy that situation.
That's okay. I was busy getting my show shit together. My
Show
poop
shit.
in a scoop.
Your oop and a scoop. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier, and I still have no idea what that means.
My
I
poop.
thought you were getting your ass handed to you, but I'm glad you're not.
No.
I don't want you to get grounded on a podcast night.
No. I'll do my best.
Thank you. If not for me, and if not for yourself, but for the legions and legions of fans. And you are about to crack open the official beer, or not the official beer, but the official opening of the show.
The official drink of the night tonight.
The official drink of the night.
It's a very, very special one.
And we'll mention that here in a second. But go ahead and crack it open.
Wait, first we have to say, this is the Functioning Drunks.
This is the Functioning Drunks. All right.
Okay.
So we're live. We're live here on the internets. The drunken mothership has returned to the airwaves. That's what I call it to everybody that I talk to about the show.
That's
the drunken
witty.
mothership.
That's very witty and good.
Before we start the show, we'd be remiss not to give out our plugs.
Oh, but?
Our plugs.
But?
Plugs. We first want to wish Patreon Jenny. Patreon Jen.
Because we know her so well anymore. Yeah.
I wonder if that's what her husband calls her when he's railing her in the back behind. Too far.
Well, Jen, honey, tonight I'm going to cheat on you with Jenny.
Jenny is the sexy, seductive librarian that I check my books out with. We want to wish her a very very sexy Valentine's Day. And remember, listeners, it is a scientific fact that all Patreon contributors get oral pleasure on the daily.
Just from listening to this show. And helping on the Patreon. It's
and
like
you definitely have to give us some money to get some lip honey, as I call it.
Ooh, we got to put that in there. Tier 1, 69 cents. Give money, get lip honey.
Get lip honey. That might be our first T-shirt. The Functioning Drunks.
I
lip
think
honey.
so. Yeah, we've had a lot of T-shirt things brought up, but I'm going to actually write that one down. That's the best one I've heard yet.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Also, want to shout out to the Cave Crew Radio dudes who showed us some love on the Twatter this week. The Twatter.
Oh.
Probably a different site than the Twitter, but it's a social media platform nonetheless. And the Malyard Report, the fastest hour in paranormal talk radio. Also would like to say thank you and send our drunken salutations to these new followers of the Drunken Mothership. That is the Functioning Drunks podcast. Jerry and Cal, Icy Schemes, After a Few podcast, Reluctantly Here podcast, the SFD Radio Network, home of the Bumming with Bobcat radio show that I was on Monday, and everyone is talking about it, AJ.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I am, anyways. And Erica Rhodes, who is an actual money-making comedian who goes up in front of people and tells jokes for a living. And I have not yet seen her type "Me Too" on her Twitter. And for that, we thank you for hitting the follow button. Also, would be remiss not to mention our friends, The Real Gino and Bill Heisennerd, who host shows on the DNA Digital Network. You can listen to all those shows and our show by going to DNAdigitalNetwork.com. I didn't do the www this week because AJ doesn't like it when I do that.
You don't need to anymore, man. You don't even have to type it in.
People are smart, right? They know how to use the fucking internet now.
Some. Maybe somebody just learned that. Hey, try it. Try just typing it in without www and w dot.
But what happens? Also, we're going to try something new tonight. Since we're streaming live on the Twitter, use the hashtag FDPodcast36 because this is episode 36. If you want to send us questions, comments, concerns, or dick pictures. Don't send us dick pictures because you will be banned on Twitter, and I'm not going to be held responsible for that.
Cleavage will work. You can send us cleavage.
Oh, yeah. Send us some titty pics.
Not titties, just cleavage. Don't titties get banned? I'm good with whatever, but
I don't know. I don't know if titties get banned or not.
I'll tell you what.
In this Me Too world, dicks are definitely getting banned. Titties probably free.
Tell you what. Send us whatever. See what works. If you get banned, it's really no big deal. You can get another account. And if it doesn't work the first time, try sending it the second time, but pixelated.
Right. You know what? First, if you have a big enough penis, write functioningdrunkspodcast.com on it.
Yeah.
And we'll use it in our advertising business.
You know what else would be fun? And I kind of like I totally enjoy our white chick at the end. So if anybody else would like to call in and find a funny way to say you've been listening to the awesome. Functioning Drunks, we'll totally put you in here. We might have a different one whenever, and cycle through them or something just to make it more fun. I have fun editing these now and try to make it sort of interesting. I haven't gotten too many. I don't have any ideas for the end of this. Highlighting some music could be cool. If you want to get your track out there, we'll play that at the end or whatever. You know, we could use a little more content. Maybe somebody will listen to it all the way through. Maybe they won't. Whatever. Try to do something fun in the beginning, and then we're just get in touch with us. We'll put you out there. We're not too good.
I would say if you can get your significant other to give you some lip honey tonight, record yourself saying, listen to the Functioning Drunks podcast while getting that.
Yeah. And
it's pretty much a shoe-in to get the coveted end of the show spot. But you know what I just did? I went through all my shout-outs, but I didn't read the plugs for us.
Oh.
I skipped right over it. So if you want to learn more about this podcast or any of the DNA Digital Network website podcasts, go to DNAdigitalNetwork.com or if you just want to listen to us again, DNAdigitalNetwork.com/FD podcast. On Twitter, you can find us at FD Podcast 69. On Facebook, also at FD Podcast 69. And if you would love to get some oral pleasures done to your private areas, patreon.com DNA Digital Network. And, give us a buck or two.
That's all it takes.
Because AJ said he's not going to buy me any more beer to do this show anymore. He says I'm cut off. This is the last time.
Probably. Yep.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. I want to get a sip of this, but
okay.
we should bring we have a new or different beer other than PBR and Natty Ice to drink tonight.
Well, this isn't a beer.
Any good?
It's not a beer. It's a cocktail.
Yes, it is a cocktail. It even has a picture of a cock on it.
Yeah, I was going to do a promo earlier today that said me and AJ are going to put cocks in our mouth. It's the Monaco Blue Crush. I did some research. I already got to hiccups, and that's fucking ridiculous. It's like 5 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
It's the Monaco Cocktail Blue Crush. I did some research, and they evidently don't make this cocktail anymore. It's 9.0% alcohol, and I couldn't find a review for it either. Based on AJ's face, I think I know why they took it off the market.
It's a little weird. Well, it contains vodka, tequila, gin, and rum.
Yep.
Okay, so picture that.
It's a bluish color. Yeah. It looks like it could be Smurf piss.
Yeah.
Let's smell it first. Let's take the bouquet. It smells reminiscent of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, a little bit like Kool-Aid. Don't really smell the booze. Have a sip, Dennis, and see what you think of it. Did Bumwine Bob, did you ask him if he heard of this?
No, I have not asked him yet. It's not bad, actually.
It's just,
when I first seen your face,
there's something in there. It's like, okay, so most of the time when a company tries to mimic a bunch of things, they usually kind of screw up at some point, and then I think they just take chemical X and dump that in there. It's very much been that way with the Captain and Cokes that you can buy already pre-mixed in a little can and all kinds of stuff. So it's a little bit like that. It doesn't taste as bad as a Four Loko, though, I will say.
Yeah, I'm not getting a great hint of sugar. I don't know.
See, I always thought it was like a malt beverage, but
yeah.
Blue Caraco, whatever that is.
Blue
It's
Caraco?
got natural and artificial flavors. Why not? It's got everything.
I'd rather have the artificials than
Really
the real stuff. Yeah, I don't trust any alcohol company putting real stuff in my booze.
Okay.
I just posted on Twitter to see if Bumwine Bob had ever had the Monaco Blue Crush cocktail. I'd assume he's probably 6 or 7 40s into a Saturday night at this point.
It's. I think it's even got the power of a Chevy Silverado in this can too.
You know what? I don't like it though. It doesn't taste horrible, but did you just finish it?
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
No, I didn't. I'm like halfway. You know what I did last night, and I might go. I have a little bit left. Actually, after this, I'm going to finish my bottle of wine. Yesterday, I decided I was going to have some drinks, and I've been trying not to drink beer every single day.
Okay.
Basically, there's a weight thing going on at work. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I signed up to lose some weight. I could stand to lose some weight, right? So I figured,
who could?
I figured, hey, I'll just not drink beer every day, and I should be a shoo-in. Now it makes when I do drink, I actually get pretty massive headaches now. But last night I decided, hey, you know what? I don't want beer. I don't have many left. Got to save them for the show. I'll drink some wine, and I drank 3 bottles of wine.
Oh, nice.
I did have some help, but
Sure.
even splitting it with somebody, that's a bottle and a half. So, and I felt pretty damn good today. It wasn't
What
bad.
kind of wine? What kind of wine? Do you remember?
There were a bunch of Michigan rhymes. Yeah, rhymes.
Rhymes?
Wines. Yeah, there was a strawberry rhubarb. They're all
Okay.
quite sweet too. And then there was a Michigan has good wine, but it's not like good grape wine usually.
Right.
We had a cherry wine that was pretty decent. Something else, and then what I have left is a blackberry.
Ooh, interesting. I don't think I've ever had a blackberry wine.
They're all. I mean, I'm not a big fan.
I mean,
of cherry,
I might have. I don't know. I guess you never really know what's in your wine.
Yeah. It's all berries. It's pretty good.
It's all berries. That's for sure.
Except for rhubarb.
I remember a couple years back. We had Thanksgiving back in California with Kristen's parents, and I don't deal well with holidays to begin with. In general, even like with my own family. So going to her family's Thanksgivings was pretty stressful, and it filled me with a lot of anxiety. And when we got to the morning Thanksgiving dinner, because she has a split family because she comes from a broken home as well. Everybody does apparently at this point. I noticed that there was wine already on the table, and I said to myself, "It's the holidays." So I sat down and I consumed a bottle and a half of wine there, went to her father's portion of the Thanksgiving and then downed another bottle of wine, and then portions of a fifth of Jack Daniels. And it was pretty much my favorite Thanksgiving of all time. I don't remember any of it. I was never invited back to any of the holidays.
Okay, I was going to say, did you talk to anybody or just keep to yourself?
I pretty much kept to myself, but I do that anyways on basically the normal days.
Like, he's just drinking and over there giggling at something.
He's having the best time of his life, but he's not talking to anybody. So what would you say, Monaco Blue Crush cocktail, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being I would drink it again for sure, 1 being I don't think I'm ever going to drink this again.
1? It's a good drink if you're a kid and you just got you're trying to find something
really strong, really fast.
Yeah, really strong, really fast, and you don't really care about nothing but getting maybe your girlfriend drunk.
Right. And then like sticking your dick in her.
Yeah, it's like a date rape drug.
The date. So we're officially labeling the Monaco Blue Crush cocktail the date rape drug of 2018.
Yeah,
and perhaps that's why it's been taken off the market.
Just that one, or because there was 2 other ones too?
No, actually, there's 4 that they have on the market on their website. So I'm assuming that's what's in circulation right now.
But I mean, are they all getting taken off, or just the one?
No, this one wasn't on there.
Oh, okay.
I assumed that meant that it was taken off the market.
Okay. Well, just in time for Valentine's Day, go get some Monaco cocktail.
If you buy her a lobster dinner and she says no, you say, "How about a Monaco Blue Crush
cocktail?"
Cocktail. And we're just kidding. We would never endorse date rape, unless you really have to.
Now, hang on. Let's dive into that a little bit. Okay. So, let's say your girlfriend or wife is more fun on tequila.
Yep, I'm uncomfortable where this is going already.
If you take her out and you give her some tequila, is that date rape, or is that just taking advantage of a situation?
Well, let's see. Let's base it on this idea. How much tequila?
As much as she wants.
As much as she wants.
So she's in control too. It's not like you're force feeding intravenously.
At no point are you forcing the tequila down her throat.
Right. You'd be like, "Hey, you want to do a shot?" And she's like, "Yeah." That to me is
of course
like,
I do, motherfucker. Because she's still got that attitude.
Yeah. That sounds just like my wife.
I work all goddamn day. When do I get my break?
Yeah, right. Right here, tequila.
Here it is, tequila. It's in a glass. Drink it. That's your break. And if she keeps going, you just keep. At no point are you her morals or her. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You ain't her daddy until
she,
later.
Right.
Giving you some lip, honey, and calling you daddy.
If she wants no morals, I'm down with no morals.
Morals are for pussies, anyways.
Yep.
I would also agree. It's one. I would probably never drink it again. I took about 3 swallows, and my stomach is starting to feel a little bit gross because of the sugar content in it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do now. I've drank
totally
quite
changed my mind on the whole thing.
I've drank quite a bit of it, and I can feel it starting to get in there and give me a little bit of a bellyache.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed that you even brought it into my house.
Well, I can't wait. Do you want to tell everyone what you proposed is going to happen in an upcoming show?
Oh, about the Four Loko?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of changing my mind right now based on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was on the Bumming with Bobcat podcast.
I'm going to go grab a bottle of wine. Tell them about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Are you really grabbing a bottle of wine?
Yeah. Is that cool?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's fine.
That's just a half a bottle.
Okay. I was on the Bumming with Bobcat podcast / live radio show this past Monday, and we were drinking some malt liquors because it was Malt Liquor Monday, and the topic of Four Loko came up, and I've never had Four Loko, which is kind of shocking because someone of my stature, my drinking prowess. I always pronounce wrongs. See, I always pronounce words wrong the first fucking time, but I have good intentions. Prowess. You would think that I'd have had. I would already have had Four Loko, but I have not. And so, on an upcoming episode, we will drink Four Loko. Can't fucking talk tonight. Bobcat said that nobody could get past 2. I think that's what he said. And I said, because I'm a fucking idiot, I could drink 6.
Yeah.
AJ's talked me down.
Listening to that, though, you really didn't say 6. You just said, well, I should just grab a 6-pack, which they don't come in 6-packs, but you did say that you could drink more than 2, and then he said 4, and that's kind of where you capped it at. Okay. And I was saying 4 seems like a really big feat in itself and not dangerous. Okay. The stuff has got so much sugar in it, and after having 1, I mean, I'll have some too. Again, I'm not gonna get the flavor I had before. I don't remember what the fuck the flavor was though. I think it was a berry blue flavor or something.
Just like this cocksucking thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'll get into it a little bit, but I'm not drinking 4 of them. I think when you're editing this episode or re-listen to it, you're going to piss yourself laughing because I cannot fucking talk tonight. I stumbled over every goddamn word that I tried to say. That's different than normal.
Yeah, no, it was worse than normal though, is what I'm saying.
The last podcast
I mentioned that I always stumble over my words, and as I was saying that, I was even worse than usual. What kind of wine are you drinking right there? That looks like Black Label.
This is blackberry wine from Mackinac Trail Winery.
Nice.
This is good. This is like grape juice.
Well, that's like a Ripple, isn't it? Isn't it considered Ripple more than it is wine?
Well, it says blackberry wine on the bottle.
Next time, if we have Bobcat on the show, I'm going to ask him what the difference between wine and Ripple is.
There was I was thinking my mom and my grandmother. They used to drink Manischewitz, which isn't really a bum wine, but it's definitely not a wine. And my mom always like, "Oh, get that wine, that Manischewitz. It's more like a liqueur or something."
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know if that qualified. I don't think it's cheap enough because he mentioned the Mad Dog, and I wouldn't have thought of that as bum wine. But
so I wonder if bum wine, because I am a huge Bukowski fan, poet. And he would speak of gut rock wine. I wonder if bum wine and gut rock wine are the same thing.
And then there's port.
Port. Yeah, Bukowski was a huge Port fan, so maybe Port was got that.
Yeah, my brother used to. He was from Australia, or not from Australia. I have a brother that lives in Australia. Both my brothers live in Australia now, but my middle brother had lived there for quite a while. So he came over here and was like, "Hey, let's get a bottle of port or some bottles of port and head up to the UP." We're like, "Okay." So I'm like, I don't even know what the hell that is. So yeah, it was kind of like wine, but it was more of like a beerish kind of wine. And yeah, we drove all the way to the UP and back.
Now, a few years back, you made me. I was basically raped with grappo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that day?
Yeah.
Now, explain to our listeners who may not know what grappo is.
It's grappa.
Oh, grappa.
But grappa is, if you ever watch like a gangster movie, and you see them with a little glass that they're drinking out of, it's like it looks like a shot glass, but it's like a little bit, has a bit of a stem to it, maybe a little bit fancier or whatever. That's usually grappa, and grappa is which I guess we'd call like the whiskey of wines, and it's kind of the same process that you get from making a whiskey, where it sits around. It's a little more condensed. So what the story behind it is, all the stuff that was left in the bottom of the vats when the slaves and the workers would clean them out, they would keep all that stuff and then let it ferment and then pull the alcohol off of it. So you're essentially making like a moonshine kind of thing with it. So when you get it, it's not red, it's clear, and it's just super high alcohol content and stuff. So all the sugars and all the stuff would sit at the bottom of these big vats. They'd pull it out, let it go through its fermentation process, heat it up, then pull off the alcohol off the top, and then bottle that. And then eventually, like lobster and chicken wings, somebody said, well, goddamn, this shit's pretty good that these 4 people been eating, and then they raise the price, and grappa's super expensive. Hang on a second.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not tasty whatsoever. It was possibly one of the worst experiences that I've ever had drinking. And
the one that we had, the worst part about it is it had a white pepper finish to it. So on top of the hot of like just an alcohol itself, I liked the initial taste of it, but then that white pepper, it kind of make you go a lot. It gets stuck in there. And that was not my favorite bottle. It took me forever to trick people into helping me finish that damn thing.
So that bottle is not the norm.
No. There's all different kinds, and some of them.
So you gave me Crappo Grappa.
That fucker cost me about $75. So
Jesus,
no.
It was a big jug though, if I remember correctly.
It's just a wine bottle. It was
just a wine bottle.
Yeah, I went in there and I'm like, I had something happen that it was like a really good day, and I'm like, I couldn't quite afford to spend $75 on a bottle, but I'm like, I'm getting grappa, and Melissa's like, no, you're not. I'm like, bullshit, I am. And I went picked some up, and
boss.
I came home like, we're not eating for the rest of the week, so drink your grappa. And then I drank it, and I was like, oh damn, what the hell?
How many times have I made that choice? Or do I drink? The life of a drunk.
Yep.
So we'll talk about it later on, maybe after the show or maybe sometime during the week. But so tax returns coming, and I'm going to upgrade the studio there in the back room. I'm gonna put some money into this sound system here. We're gonna get crazy. We're gonna get pretty intense.
You're gonna put a tent back there?
I want to put a fuck machine, a fuck doll, and yeah. Oh, hey, do we have a 20 with Tom this week?
No. I went over there. We talked about some stuff, but
I keep paying you guys for 20 for Toms, and I ain't getting no return out of that.
Yeah, I know. It's just keep paying us. So you'll
okay. Fair enough. Jen, you heard her. You heard him. Keep paying. Oh boy. So, anything else that you can think of before we jump into the games and whatnot of the night?
It's about all I know right now.
Okay, I do have a couple news stories that we'll talk about before we get into our fun hijinks. The first one that I want to talk about that I had you in mind for. What is going on? Okay. A story out of Florida, AJ. And I want you to pay attention to this story very closely because I'm worried about you and Melissa down the road.
Okay.
Okay. Madeira Beach. They sold everything and bought a sailboat to sail the world. It sank on day 2.
Yeah. I heard about this already.
You've heard about this one? All right. Yeah, they sold everything they owned in Colorado, and last year they bought a 28-foot sailboat in Alabama. Is Alabama known for their sailboats?
Yeah, I guess.
That might be mistake number 1. And headed for Tarpon Springs. They lived in the marina for months, getting the lagniape. I don't know what the fuck that word is, but it's not English. Ready for their journey.
Oh, it must be the boat name?
Yeah, that's the boat name.
Okay.
They said their goodbyes on Tuesday and said, "Hey, we're back on Thursday."
Where's your boat? You know what?
Don't want to really talk about it right now.
So here's the thing with that. Okay.
Did they have any education back?
I don't know. All I know
Okay.
is Melissa's on this. She was just telling me this just before I came in here, and she said she's on a Facebook thing called Women Who Sail, and they're
Okay.
really good about whatever happens. Which this is unheard of in Facebook world. Whatever happens, there's no negativity ever. And these people are on there, and it was a man and his wife or girlfriend or somebody, and they were talking about it. And you know, I'm sure that these people did not try to sabotage everything they own and send it to the bottom of the ocean, right?
Absolutely not. No.
But shit happens, man. It can be the simplest thing. Now, the fact that they had the balls, if you will, to go ahead and do this, I think they're already winners, and they're probably thinking about doing it again. And they were going to learn from what happened. I don't know what led up to it or whatever, but there's other sites. There's the Loopers site and different stuff, and a bunch of people just said they're fucking idiots and they don't deserve to be out there, which I don't believe that at all. Follow your dreams, no matter what. Just learn from it and recover and come back stronger. There's many, many things that could happen to sink a boat. For the most part, they're pretty good, but it can take even. Captains that I've talked to have had a story where the boat seemed good. They were moving it from one place to the next. The waves got rough, and all of a sudden they started losing through hulls. So the fittings that go through the hull into the bottom of the boat, because they're plastic or something, and they looked fine. They worked. But when they started smacking into waves, they'd break out, and then you have leaks and stuff. So I don't know what happened to them. But, you know, it's
well, I'll be honest. When I seen the story, first I thought of you and Melissa. And are we allowed to use her name on the air? I don't even know. I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
I've heard we're not supposed to talk about my son anymore and what he does. So.
Oh, okay. The older one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoops.
Fair enough. I understand that. I get that.
Yeah.
Never really thought about it, but yeah, I get that. The first thing I thought about was you guys, but then I thought that's like fucking my life right there. That's something that would happen to me.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I knew what it was that contributed to. Okay, here's an example. My boat, I'm kind of new to this whole thing yet too, and I had some. My boat has some weird stuff about it where there's drains that could easily just be a hole. Like, let's say, like on the deck, there's a tow rail that sticks up like 2 inches high. Like, so whenever it rains, it should just go to that tow rail that sticks up 2 inches high, have a little hole cut in it, like a fancy one, whatever. It could have even some stainless steel trim in there or some brass. I don't know. But I don't. I have a drain with like a screen over it that sometimes fills up with, I don't know, mayflies or leaves or like whatever. And then and so it's really dumb that it goes inside the boat. It goes through the deck. So I have a hole in my deck that can leak. Then it goes down a rubber hose, and then it comes out under the water line. just barely though, right?
Right.
So I have 2 extra holes in my boat that I don't really need. You could just put a little hole in the freaking tow rail. I had, and then in the cockpit, there's little drains as well. Well, I had a hose in there that the back side of it was ripped open, and I'd take the thing out sailing, and I'd come back and there'd be a bunch of water in the bilge, and I'd be sitting there, and I never saw any water. And sure enough, I'd go out again, or sometimes I'd come to the boat, and I'd be like, God damn, there's a bunch of water in the bilge. I don't know where it's coming from. Well, finally, I saw on the back side of this rubber hose that's been in there since probably 1964 that it's all ripped out. And I'm like, okay, and I just shut the valve and it's done. But if the other side was ripped open too, so I replaced them all, right? But I'm just saying, like, a rubber hose can easily screw you over. I mean, how often does it happen on our cars with the radiators and stuff?
Right. Something just
it
minor.
Doesn't take much.
The only difference is your car's not in the ocean and won't sink.
Yeah, right. So when it happens in the ocean, it's a bad deal. So
it's a little more.
You replace the hoses, and you always use 2 hose clamps instead of 1.
And that's your sailboat tip of the day or the week.
Say of the week, yeah.
All right. Let's see. What else did I have? Oh, okay. So when was the last time you listened to a vinyl record? Do you have any vinyl records? Do you have a record player?
I don't think I do anymore. But
Okay.
I think I still have one vinyl record, and it's Korn's Follow the Leader.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a random vinyl record. I mean, if you're thinking vinyl, you're not thinking Korn.
I don't remember how I ended up with it either. I think
Yeah.
my brother bought it, or I bought it. I think I bought it because my brother had a record player. And yeah, that's how it worked out.
So so vinyl records have become huge business. Like, so my question is, vinyl records, is it a hipster fad, or is it the best way to listen to music? Is it the truest way, other than going to an actual live venue and listening to live music? Is this the closest that we can get to hearing music in its original form?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I have heard, and I've been to record stores, and maybe that's their claim to fame, but okay, so every time you use a record, too, this is what I don't understand. Every time you use it, there's just bumps in a groove, right?
Right.
And every time you use a record,
it's almost like Braille for the deaf, or for the blind.
They get...
Wait.
Yeah.
It'd be Braille for the deaf.
Yeah, deaf.
I was really on the cusp of like something really fucking profound, and then I just stuck my dick in my mouth and sucked it.
No. A record would be Braille for the blind, or deaf.
No
blind.
Yeah, see, that's where it's getting fucked up in my head.
Anyway, it's music.
Braille
it's called music.
For the blind is a book.
Yeah, but the deaf, they can just read and see stuff, so they don't need Braille.
Yeah, they don't need Braille, but
they just need bass.
Okay, yeah, or color.
Yeah, right. So, anyway, I just wonder how many times can you listen? So the first time you listen to a record is going to be its best ever, and
that's the peak.
Kind of gets wore down over time. But I've heard that there's things that you can hear in a record that you'll never hear digitally. But you have to have a really high-end system as well. So I'm fine.
And you're going to
have
to have your record player at its perfect, pristine. Like the needle has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Brand new or whatever.
Pretty close
I guess.
to it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a buddy that was into it, and he bought a whole bunch of different speakers that were pretty expensive and had a lot of range to the tones they could perform. And then he would actually play white noise in a bunch of different, what do you call it, like megahertz or whatever.
Okay.
So you had a full spectrum of, right?
Right.
And you'd listen to this, and you'd set the EQ till all of them were almost like the same. That way you knew you could pick up every single thing. And then you'd play a record, and yeah, it was different.
But can the human ear hear everything at the same time?
I can't.
Yeah, like when we were going back and forth about the sound of the podcast, and you would say you would say that it sounded bad, and I can't hear things. Like I love music. I'm a huge music fan, But one, I don't have the ability to play music, and apparently I also don't have the ability to actually hear music. So I don't know why I enjoy music as much as I do. So it's weird how, and I guess that's the great thing about sound is that we all hear and feel something differently from the sounds.
Now, I don't know if I'm completely batshit crazy, or sometimes it seems like if I get a newer device, like to say, I listen to everything usually on my phone anymore, and I use a Bluetooth thing that inputs into my radio. And it seems like the first time you do that, it sounds the best.
Amazing.
And then over time, probably, I push my speakers pretty hard too. I like to keep the lows. This is how I set up my radio, because you got lows, mid, high, right? I don't have anything high yet. So I turn the lows all the way up. I turn the mids to, let's say 0 was whatever, and you can go -6 and above 6, right?
Okay.
So I would take lows to +6, mids to +3, and then treble to +3 or highs. And that's how I run it. So they're both all kind of pushing pretty hard, but mainly lows. And I'd rather even any music, I'd rather a bunch of bass into it. So I listen to metal and techno, and both of those just destroy my speakers in no time. So, but I guess I'm okay with. I like the way a certain thing sounds, and probably if a system was set up right, I might notice a few things, but I don't enjoy it that much and see the value in spending that kind of money and time in it. I'd rather have a digital version that's really easy for me to play anywhere.
Right.
Now, like, I hate listening to music on just my phone. I'll put in headphones or get an external speaker or something. I hate the tinniness of things.
Right.
That's why I think country is fucking stupid and should be, like, taken off the earth. It's just so fucking high, screamy, tinny.
You don't like a steel guitar, motherfucker?
Yeah, I can't do it, man. I can't do AC/DC. I can't listen to ballets and
we got in trouble by someone for not liking AC/DC. I can't remember who it was, but they were pissed that we said AC/DC.
I would like to hear. Was it Cooter and Minx?
It may have been. I don't remember.
Because if they don't like Dylan and they like AC/DC.
No, but here's the thing about them. They don't like Bob Dylan, okay? But they like Tom Petty. And Tom Petty is just a minor league fucking version of Bob Dylan.
Right.
He sounds the goddamn same.
Right. Yeah. I'm looking forward to have a conversation with them and with Bob. He seemed like a cool guy, and whoever else that we can have a conversation with.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait to prove him wrong.
Well, don't say that. I mean, now we're scaring people away. This is why we have no friends, AJ. This is why we can't have nice things.
You know what? I blame it on the Blue Crush.
They're talking to me this week. They haven't talked to me this week, so I don't know if they've quit the show already.
Hey,
what?
Let's not be. This has got me a little bit drunk.
I
only drank half of this Blue Crush.
That's my day rate drug, bitch.
Okay. I know you sat yours down. I watched you do that earlier, but let's take a second and let's slam these real quick, because I think it's going to make it a lot more fun. Come on.
Give me a stomachache, and it's going to ruin the rest of my night.
I know.
I will slam it later. I'm not going to slam it.
No,
right
you're
now.
not. You're going to leave it sit.
I'm going to let it sit. I'm probably going to slam it against the floor and curse you for bringing this curse into my fucking house.
Dennis.
It's horrible.
Dennis,
it's diabetes in a can.
You're making us.
And I will not drink it anymore.
Come on, don't do this.
I do have to piss though, so
you have to have my back on this.
You keep these guys entertained while
listen. When you come back, we're drinking that though. You have to power through. Don't be a pussy. We're functioning drunks, not functioning pussies.
Fine, but I gotta piss. Can I pee?
All right, you agreed to it.
You recite them a poem or something.
Oh man, I don't know what to say. A poem by AJ of the Functioning Drunks. Today was a Saturday, that it was very cold outside. It took me till 2 o'clock to finally open the door. When I went outside, I realized it was not nearly as cold as I thought it was. Hence, I came back inside, after all, to grab a different jacket. Yeah, I don't know. So what's going on, everybody? I wonder if anybody's tried to get a hold of us at all. You know, some interactions would be pretty cool. And I'm just kidding. I'm not going to throw anybody on the bus. I just like having good conversation with people, and I think it's interesting to hear people's point of view. Although I still think that country is the worst sounding music on the planet. But I'd love for someone to prove me wrong. And
who has the worst? Who has the worst sounding music?
Country music is the worst sounding music on the planet.
Really? So you don't like Chris Stapleton?
I do, but he's not country.
He is absolutely country. He's old country.
No, he's got some songs that are country, but most of the songs, I don't like his country songs as much. I have deleted those. But I do like, most of his stuff to me is more like folk. And I can handle folk. I can't handle country. And I don't know if the country, the pop country has ruined the country altogether. I never liked it to begin with, honestly. I can't really think of anybody that. I guess, okay, how about the song Hurt that was covered by what's his
Johnny
face?
Cash?
Johnny Cash.
Don't say what's his face.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, Johnny. Good old Johnny John. Yeah, he did, that was fine. You know, and he's country through and through, but the country, like, and you know what's really weird about it is, on top of hating it, most of the time I can't understand what the fuck they're saying. And this is coming from a guy who used to write and have listened to a hell of a lot of metal.
Well, now it's time for a reality check, AJ. This is why you don't relate to country music. Are you ready? Sit down. Sit down and shut up for a second.
Oh, okay.
You don't relate to country music because you live a high dollar life. You're rich. You got everything you want. Country music is for the poor people. It's the new Ballad of the Slave, and you don't get it because you're eating lobster every night and other seafood fare, and you've forgotten your roots. You've forgotten how to wrestle down a goat.
I don't have bedazzled blue jeans like them faggots.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Why can you say that?
Dude, fucking bedazzled blue jeans. If you got, I mean, I'm all about. I don't even mind a set of Wranglers, but for the most part, I wear some Levi's. But if it's got a fancy looking pocket on the back, man, you better.
Wranglers are more for the real poor, poor guys.
Yeah, I grew up with Wranglers.
Yeah, me too. We would, every year we would go school shopping, clothes shopping, just before school would start. And every year I thought, this is going to be the year I get some Levi's in a designer shirt. And every goddamn year it would be Kmart and fucking Wranglers. And,
I know. I had Kmart all the time.
Yep, Kmart every fucking year.
I remember we went to JCPenney once, and I'm like, I don't even.
I don't know what even to get here.
This looks like I don't want to go. I'm not a polo kind of guy. I don't know what else to do. I'm a fucking hipster. Damn it,
Dad! This deodorant actually smells good.
Yeah. Damn. Oh man. I don't even want to tell you what just happened. But okay,
what happened?
My son's texting me some weird shit. He's at a friend's house.
Oh, we can't talk about the son.
No, not that one. The young one.
Oh, the other one.
Okay, let's drink this real quick because it's going to make the rest of the night better. And don't pretend. You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
Oh, I wouldn't pretend.
Okay, cool.
You want to cheers?
I want to cheers.
Want to bang our drinks onto the camera?
Yeah, that's cheersy. Okay, we're gonna drink the rest of this Monaco cocktail. God, we're doing it for our listeners, not for ourselves.
I'm chugging this right afterwards to get the fucking vomit taste out of my mouth.
Ain't gonna help.
Wait, grab your chaser. Let's chase him.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, not double penetration. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it's much better if you drink it fast. It actually tasted okay.
So in the middle of the drink, the smell and the taste reminded me of something, but I can't remember what it was now. But it was something bad. It was something bad. It was something very, very, very bad.
Around here we have the drink Faygo, and it tastes like a blue Faygo.
Oh, you know what? Bit. Maybe that is what it was. It was a Faygo. I don't know if it was the flavor that you said, but it was a Faygo.
There's a blue raspberry Faygo, but this has got something. It's like Faygo and then that chemical X again.
Yeah, it was definitely Faygo. Yeah, that's what I was tasting. Your taste buds are amazing. How the memories that it has. And
yeah, in my ears.
In your ears, yeah. I don't know what the ears mean, but that's weird.
Oh, because I can make the podcast actually sound good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, there's echoes, and you're like, I don't hear any echoes. I'm like, dude, there's fucking echoes in our podcast. I
always hear echoes, so the echoes are just normal to me. I don't understand anything anybody ever says to me. I'm a walking concussion. All right. Is it time to play? Is it time to play some games?
Yeah, let's play some games. You playing your game first?
What do you want to do first?
I don't tell me. Shit. I know I'm not going through 76 of them again.
No, I'm going to pick and choose a few that we have. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Let's play true or false, or fake or real. I guess it's more fake or real.
Okay.
And I'm posting it on the old Tumblr or Twitter. So
I was wondering what the hell you're doing. I thought you were writing up some questions real quick.
Oh no! They're already out. I did some show prep beforehand.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So, true or false? No, fake or real? Oh, I think that thing fucked me up.
Yep. I'd rather you just sent me some tits and I get to pick fake or real there.
Well, you know what? When we get huge, when we actually have listeners,
yeah,
we're gonna have real girls coming to the studio.
Oh yeah,
and we'll have a camera, and we'll have some fake titties, and we'll have some real titties, and we'll have some titties that you won't see, but they'll be in my bedroom.
We can play that other game.
It'll be titty world.
We can play the other game of like, what is it called? Fro, mohawk, or bald.
Oh, I love that game. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Fake or real? I'm going to read. What's that?
I hope I laugh at that. I hope I laugh at this again when I edit it. Hang on. I think I've told you this before. As I edit, sometimes I'm listening, and all of a sudden I just start laughing. I can't hold it back. I just go, and they're like, "What are you?" I'm like, "I listen to my podcast." I feel like an idiot. Like,
why?
If we had shirts, I don't know if I'd ever really wear one, unless
I'd wear it to school every day.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just not that. I would totally give them away to people and whatever, but I don't think I could wear my own shit. That's just like
I could. I mean, I will, especially on like live broadcasts and whatnot. But
yeah, that would make sense. It's almost like a uniform then, but like yeah. Okay. Anyway,
but but the T-shirt idea was more to send to loyal listeners, like Patreon Jen, to reward her for her, her.
I don't know what she's going to do with all these T-shirts. Luckily.
They gave me 75 more T-shirts. I don't know.
Luckily,
and one crotchless underwear. That's a guy's. I don't get it.
Yeah. Luckily, we only have the one Patreon, so we can do special stuff just for her. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah. If we had to share, I don't know. We'd probably eventually screw that up.
Yeah, probably. She's gonna get mad when we do have other Patreons. She'll be calling like, "I was first."
Yeah. She's get all jealous.
All right. So I'm gonna read the headline, and you have to tell me if it's fake or real. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm nodding my head yes, but I had to say it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So number one, history. This is a history question. Was America First a slogan of the KKK?
I'm going to say not true. What is it? What's the answers?
True or false?
Oh, false?
Incorrect.
Really?
The answer is actually true. President Trump's often repeated slogan, America First, was also a credo of the white supremacist Ku Klux Klan organization.
I don't understand that, but okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Oh, okay. Let's move on to the Super Bowl. Did the Eagles respond to Donald Trump's congratulatory tweet with a vulgarity? So a day or two after the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, Donald Trump tweeted, "Congratulations on your Super Bowl victory, Philadelphia Eagles." To which the Eagles responded with, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. True or false?
The Eagles as in...
The Philadelphia Eagles football franchise.
I don't think the franchise would say that, no.
Ding, 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 ding. That is
Okay.
correct. It did not say that.
Say maybe one individual may for some reason, but a franchise would never do such a thing.
All right, let's see here.
You know what?
What?
Never mind. Say like I don't even know if I would like say something mean like that. If I had to wait for to contact someone, somebody said congratulations, and I didn't agree with things, I wouldn't be like fuck off. I'd be like, hey, thanks, man.
Right.
Because I keep getting deep on shit. It's not me. It's
No.
Monaco.
Please do.
Here's the thing. I think that I'm okay with the fact that people have different ideas than I do, and whatever. Okay,
You're a rare breed, my friend. You're a rare breed.
right? So I don't. I mean, I might be like, I don't agree with that, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try to make you feel like shit because of it. Right?
And you're not going to go out of your way to bring negativity to yourself.
And even though we don't agree on a matter, doesn't mean that we couldn't have a conversation. I have conversations with people all the time that don't agree with a bunch of shit.
Right.
But we agree on other things, but maybe not certain things. But you can't take a couple things and be like, I don't like you because of these things, and that's all you are. Because if you did that, I probably wouldn't like anybody. Except for you, Dennis, and Jen. Well, Jen first, then you.
Of course.
I disagree with a bunch of things that you agree with.
She actually gives you things I take.
Well, and there's lots of things that you and I don't agree with, and I think that's what makes this podcast good, because if we agreed on everything, then it would be fucking lame.
I don't know.
I think our differences are what make it having a couple different point of views.
I don't think we disagree that much on everything, though. I think there's a
No,
few.
but enough.
Enough. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of in my right now. The person that I am, I'm pretty flexible. I don't really. I'm at the point in my life where I don't give a fuck about anything. So nothing's going to piss me off, really. I mean, I can see. I can see why people don't like Donald Trump, and I also can see that why people would. Right. You know, I'm and maybe, and you know, I'll probably get hated on. Well, I won't, because people ignore us anyways. But I get the people that believe in his stuff, and I get why people don't believe in his stuff. I'm at the point in my life where I've had an epiphany on life. I understand that all of this is, 1, fleeting, 2, a hiccup, and 3, at the end of the day, when I'm done, it doesn't really matter. So to get pissed off about anything that I can't control is a waste of my fucking time.
Right. And I've had the same problem with every president.
Yeah.
And it's really not the president.
My life has not changed between George Bush Jr., Barack Obama and Donald Trump. I'm still poor. I still live paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes not even that.
Right. But I would
my life
love
does not change.
And I would love the opportunity to have a conversation with any of these people.
Yeah,
like in a regular setting, not about politics and whatever, but just like get to know. Okay, let's say if we sat down, I do wine taste. I haven't in years, but I used to go do wine taste, and I think I told the story once before. But the cool thing about it was
maybe we should have a FD podcast wine taste.
Yeah, I could totally hook that up. Jen, you want to go to a wine taste too?
We have this Monaco Blue Crush wine that's
it's delicious. No, there was a place in Bay City that we used to go to, and they picked a region of Italy. They brought some wines from it. They had the local distributor Fabiano Brothers, and one of their sommeliers would go there, and they bring like 4 or 5 wines from that region of Italy, and they would have food that was sort of from that region as well. And they would, not so much paired, but all the regions of Italy kind of have like a little bit of a history to them or whatever.
So they were just connected by regions and whatnot?
Yeah, it was regions of Italy, and so you'd experience this region of Italy with the food and the wine that you get, right? So the wines were all from a certain region, and then there was blends of certain things, because it's in Italy, it's such an old country that it's not just a red and a white anymore. It's not just a Cabernet and a I don't know, something else, Merlot. You now have a bunch of blends.
Something Blanc.
Yeah,
Blanc.
Yeah. Now you have all these blends on top of it. So it was interesting. I thought I could figure out a couple wines and I'd be great, but turns out I know
Didn't
less.
know shit.
I know
this
less
tastes
now.
like Boone's Farm. That was water, sir.
It was never. It was always good. There's never a wine I haven't liked. Although
because you're an alcoholic.
The deeper we got into the wines, and this is totally getting on.
No, it's not.
Sidetrack.
The show is.
Yeah. The deeper we got into the wines, the less I knew, because to try to pinpoint where a wine comes from, you can usually, and this kind of goes into the music thing, right? You can kind of taste the region and the things around by the way the grape is or whatever, and people can figure that out. I think, I don't know, maybe it's bullshit, but I never could.
No,
I couldn't tune myself into it. Yeah, and I'm sure, it's not, but like, it was just like when you start blending. Okay, let's say if it was like there's 5 or 6 like hardcore, like these are not a. When you get into blends, that just complicates everything, right?
Right.
But if you take like the major, the big ones,
if you have a simple note, if you have
the
a simple
Merlots,
note,
the Cabs, and like then you can kind of maybe pinpoint it, but then to a part in a country that's very small in the shape of a boot.
You don't even know the name of it to begin with?
Yeah, you got me there, man. I don't know where in Italy this fucker came from, but let's just say it was fun. Okay, now to go back to my point, we'd sit down, and at first we'd sit at a table with a bunch of people we didn't know, and there was just maybe 6 really long tables.
Okay,
and you'd have to share them with people, right? And it was really tightly packed because they only brought in so many people in this area, and the sommelier would walk around and pour wine in your glass as you're doing it, whatever. And then we'd try to, we were kind of old pros at it, and a lot of people were the same, and we'd talk to them. But then we were always at a table where there was different people. So as the night went on, first they didn't really say much, or be like, "Have you been here before? Oh, what do you think? Is this going to be good?" And we'd be like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, no, it's."
I'm just here to get drank.
Well, then we're like, you tell him well, if you like the wine, drink it kind of fast, and he'll come back by and fill up your glass again. You
just tell them that they didn't fill it up the first time.
Little tricks to it, right? And then, so after maybe the second wine, they'd open up a little bit and be like, so because they give you time to talk or whatever, and then you have your little meal. As you're eating, you could kind of talk and be like, "So what do you do for a living?" Be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, all right. You're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're just a construction guy like me or whatever." And eventually, when the night's done and you've had your 5 wines and you've had 2 glasses of each, right? You find out that you all really have a bunch of things. It turns out one of the guys, this old dude, was going to see a Pink Floyd concert. It's not Pink Floyd anymore. It's like a cover band of some sort, but still Pink Floyd's music. And like they're going to see this, and I'm like, oh man, that sounds awesome, right? Which you would have never thought that this doctor was going to go see Pink
just
Floyd,
based on his job and his look.
And in the beginning of the conversation. But it turns out you have something in common with a lot of people. Once you get out there and you break down, and have you seen on YouTube that Comedy Central has that drunk history?
I've seen it. I mean, I've seen the title of it. I've seen the videos. I've never watched them.
No?
No.
The only one I've seen so far is this one about when Hitler and his men went and took all the art from the Jews and hid it. And it wasn't just the Jewish art; it was big art gallery. They went through and took it all, and it's freaking hilarious. And it's cool. Like that's kind of like what we do as we get drinking. We kind of loosen up when we were able to talk about things that we maybe wouldn't. I mean, they have a whole different way they do it. It seems like they hang out for a while, they get some conversations going, and then they, I don't know how they know this big historical event, but it's worth a watch. And
yeah, I think that's.
I think it's cool that your guards come down a little bit with a drink, and that you can relate more. You know?
I think that's why I, for the most of, from like 25 to 35, those years between when I was 23, 24 to 33, I fell in love with the bar scene. Not so much because I went out to party and hang out to hook up and shit, but I liked walking into a bar and sitting down with, sometimes you'd sit next to an 80-year-old guy who was watching a baseball game, because this is the only place that he met people, that he had anything to do with, mankind. And it just seemed like everybody that would walk through the door, with the exception of a few douchebags here and there, because you always have that one douchebag that wants to fight somebody. But for the most part, everybody, whenever they'd walk through the bar door, they would leave whatever was going on in their lives out there, and they would sit down and they just have a good time. And that's why I fell in love with the bar scene, because it just seemed like everybody was equal. Everybody knew that, once we walk out these doors, life's going to continue. We're going to go back to our, whatever deals we've got. But right now, we can talk, we can share, and we've got things that are in common. We're all struggling somehow, because that's what you do when you struggle. You try to find someone that you can relate to and hold on to, and I think that's basically the same thing as your wine testing, your wine tasting.
Right.
In booze, in liquor, in spirits, you find that you're not alone unless you want to be.
Right.
You can be alone when you're drinking the spirits.
But in the bar, you also have the guy that comes in and he's totally fine, and then he gets around people and he wants to fight them all too. So you got to watch out for that asshole.
There is that. There is definitely that. Well, that's the guy that is having fun, but then doesn't know when to turn it off.
Yeah. Well, it's not even. Some people. I mean,
some people go in there looking for a fight.
The more they drink, the more they're like, "Is that fucker? He just fucking look at me? Is he looking at me?" We're like,
he keeps fucking staring at me. Well, you're
pointing
sitting right
at
underneath
him.
the clock.
Yeah. Right. You're by the door. He's got
to piss. You're by the bathroom, checking it out. Yeah, but yeah, I've been in that situation many times where I've sat at a table or a bar or whatever, and you look at the guy next to you and you think, man, you don't understand a goddamn thing about me. And as the hours go on, if you're open to it, you have to be open to it. Right. And then you find out that, you know what? One, your struggle isn't that much different than someone else's struggle. You're not hurting any more than the next person's hurting. It's
everybody hurts sometime.
He's saying REM in the style of Queen. All right, next question. True or false? Are you ready? You probably should get this one pretty easy. Does your food contain beaver secretions? Alarmist warnings about beaver-derived castoreum are. Oh, that gives up the way the answer. Does your food contain beaver shit? True or false?
I suppose it could contain everybody's shit. So true. See,
it's not really wrong. It's mostly false. It says.
Oh, see. Okay. Like, okay, if you eat vegetarian, are you eating
I don't.
Right. And if you ate only lettuce, only vegetables, only vegetables, would you eat any meat? Yes, because not so much meat, but you'd eat animals still, right? So that's like beaver shit. Yeah, I'm sure there's beaver shit and human shit and bird shit and all kinds of shit.
Did you say
right?
beaver shit or Bieber shit? Justin Bieber shit.
It depends on where you live, I suppose. If you're in Justin Bieber's house or possibly set or music video, there could be a chance that some of his poopy molecules end up in your
ear-hole.
panini.
Not to jump on the Trump thing, but here's another question. Fact checked. Check. Is Trumpy Bear a real product?
Should be. Yeah.
Trumpy Bear.
Yeah.
You're saying true or false?
True.
You're right, buddy. It is, in fact, a real product. As seen on TV, the fearless super plush American Grizzly exists and is available for purchase.
You know what else is
It's a 22-inch stuffed animal with a striking resemblance to the 45th president of the United States.
You know what else is a real thing?
What?
Fun fact. This is a
Fun fact.
So when I tell you this, you say true, okay?
Okay.
I'm already giving you the answer.
Oh.
You can Google Justin Bieber blow-up doll, and you will find a Justin Bieber blow-up doll.
That is, in fact, true. I have one. He is of age.
Right, yeah. Probably not the time when you bought it, but now he is. Does he have all the current tattoos on your blow-up doll?
Just because I have baby fetus Justin Bieber in my back room doesn't mean I'm a freak. He's of age now. I didn't touch it until he was of age.
Yeah. This kid is fucking 18 years old.
Let's see here. Did a professor flunk a student for correctly saying that Australia was a country?
Flunk a student?
Yeah, flunk a student. Did he flunk a student?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Mostly true.
Mostly. I thought this was supposed to be true or false. No, what's this mostly shit now?
That's the answer they're giving me.
God damn it. Here. You're cut off. My turn.
Oh, is it time for your game?
It's time for my game. You're starting to... I'm drifting on yours. It's mostly true or false.
Well, I was using Snopes, their questions and answers. So now we're going to play a game of Would You?
This is adult Would You Rather.
Oh, let me fix that. A game of adult Would You?
Okay, and then you can write this too because you're such a good typer and you're really fast. It says 45 sexual would you rather questions that will really fuck with your head, but we're not going to read all 45 because that would be boring.
Right. Let me pick a number and you read that question.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with my lucker. God damn.
Is that number 3?
My lucky number 13.
Okay. All right. Would you rather have your boyfriend laugh uncontrollably whenever he saw you naked or cry uncontrollably? And change that to girlfriend.
Okay. So change it for me. So
would you
I
rather your girlfriend laugh uncontrollably whenever she saw you naked or cry uncontrollably?
I probably could deal with laughing better and probably more used to that.
Okay. All right. Let me just pick some because that was I wouldn't have picked that one for you.
Well, now let me pick a number for you and you have to answer it.
Oh, okay.
And what numbers 1 through what? 65?
45.
45. Let's do number 40 for you.
Would you rather give Zac Efron a lap dance or get a lap dance from Zach Galifianakis?
I thought you were going to say Galifianakis. I was like, what the fuck?
No, it's what it says. Galifianakis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And mind you, if you say Zach Galifianakis, that means deep down in your subconscious, you want a lap dance from me.
I do. I want a lap dance from you and Zach Galifianakis at the same time, if I could, please.
We're gonna sword fight you, sword fight with your face in the middle of the.
I want to be a Galifianakis sandwich. I want to be the meat in the middle.
Should we talk about the idea that we had on the podcast for the podcast, or should we keep that as a surprise?
We'll surprise them later.
Okay. All right, pick for me.
Okay, I'm going to read to you number, doesn't matter, 14. Would you rather watch your dog hump another dog or have him stare you down while you're having sex?
Whew. Well, speaking as something that's happened in the past, I'd rather just stare down two dogs humping. As I used to have Bucky staring me and Kristen going to downtown Fuckville, and it was very disconcerting.
Yeah, so you'd rather watch him sex it up?
I'd rather watch him have doggy sex with somebody else. All right, I'll pick number.
These are all for women. I've just figured out too.
Oh, okay. Why don't you do number 8 for you?
Yeah. See, here we go. This is. Would you
do
rather
you trim your pussy or?
Yeah, it's all about lips and getting cum in your hair. How about this one?
Oh, come on, that could be a guy thing.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I already know yours. Then, would you rather have weak little orgasms every time you had sex, or have a super strong orgasm every once in a while?
I mean, that could be for a guy too. I mean, our
mine are kind of the same no matter what.
Really?
Yeah, ish. You know.
Huh? Mine aren't. I mean, the amount of cum, if I go, a week or so.
We're not talking cum amount. We're talking amount of satisfaction.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the amount of cum that I excrete from my penis, if I wait a week or two between sessions, is a lot. It's it's a bucket.
Hang on, man. You can't say cum excrete penis. You have to say ejaculate excrete penis.
That's dirty. I'm not here for the dirty. But my orgasm is totally different from the amount of cum that I shoot out of my penis hole, and it's different every time. And now I wish that I never posted this live feed on my Facebook.
Right. Okay. I got another one for you.
Okay.
Real quick. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, man. I'm stuck between two of them. They're really good.
Both.
Okay. Would you rather watch your oldest teacher in a porno or your ex?
Now, my oldest teacher, is she old teacher now or back in her prime?
Old teacher now.
Oh, that's
The
easy.
oldest-
My ex. Well, wait. Now, is my ex with her current boyfriend or just another porn star?
No, with her current boyfriend and her.
Oh, old teacher.
Okay, next question. Would you rather swallow cum that tastes like piss or have your partner actually piss on you?
Wait. Okay. That question went sideways for a second on me because I thought it was going to be something else. Would you rather eat cum that tastes like piss or drink piss that tasted like cum?
No.
There's no winners. No, I know, but that's what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, so would I rather
Swallow
eat
cum
that tasted like piss, or
which I don't know what cum normally tastes like, but
yeah, it can't taste much different than piss.
yeah, it comes out of the same area
based on the tool that you're slurping it out of.
slurping it up.
What was the second part of that?
Or shit, I moved on. Or have your partner actually piss on you. Let's say on your face.
On my face?
Yeah.
I probably would rather be pissed on than eat.
That way you have a chance to close your mouth.
Yeah, and I'm not going to taste it, and it's not going to haunt me the rest of my life.
Okay, what if we changed it to, would you rather swallow Tom's cum or have him piss on your face?
Okay, so either way, I'm going to get some ham's flavor in my mouth.
Or how about this? How about, would you rather have Tom cum on your face or piss on your face? So how about that?
I mean, at that point, it doesn't really matter. Cum and piss are the same thing.
Right. So you're good with the combo?
Whatever. Yeah, as long as he didn't come and then piss on my face, that would be rude. Although he'd be cleaning it off, so
Yeah.
I guess it's not. It's very nice.
If your if your hands were tied behind your back and he ran in the room and it was dark and didn't know and came on your face and there was no water and his hands were tied behind his back too and all he could do was piss to get it off to help you.
Wait.
You'd be like,
How's he
thanks, buddy.
ejaculating? How's he ejaculating?
Don't look into it too much.
No, we got to be realistic here. I mean, there's just not magic ejaculation.
Okay. Here's what happens. So
are you running with him?
So you and Tom are
Is this
in a
one of
house.
these sack races? You guys are in a 3-legged sack race. And
Yeah.
You're jerking him off because it's his spinach, his Popeye spinach.
Yeah, I thought I was tied to his leg, but it was his third leg.
All right. What happened to this show?
Best friend's father. Okay, would you rather fuck your best friend's father or your father's best friend?
But we change it to best friend's mother or
Mother's best friend?
mother's best friend. Well, I'm pretty certain my mom's best friend is a lesbian. My best friend's mom would be your mom. This is a tough one. I'll go with a lesbian just because I don't have to face her.
Because you don't have to face who?
Your mom. I mean, if I said I
mom?
wanted to fuck your mom, then things get weird at dinner on Thursdays.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So I know that I already pissed once, but I got to pee again. And
Okay.
I've got a bladder that's
Hey,
gonna
you know
explode.
what? All right. You hurry up. Because we're about to end this show. We're at, looks like almost an hour and a half. Ah, man. You know, it sucks getting old. Seems like the older you get, the more time you spend dealing with bodily functions. All right. So, we still haven't quite nailed down the dates for the podcast cruise, but it's kind of up in the air now if I'm going to take the boat up north or leave it around our hometown of Bay City, Michigan. So, so far we have Jen wants to be part of the cruise, Patreon Jen, and I need to find a way to get a hold of her or through Dennis or something and kind of set up some sort of thing, see how she wants to go for a week or a day or whatever the hell she wants is what we're going to do. Other than that, if you too would like to get onto the cruise for that date or maybe another date, be sure to subscribe to our Patreon. With that, you get give money, get lip honey from your honey.
Honey.
And you also probably, if we had to pick between another Patreon and Jen, there's a good chance that you could win and go for a cruise yourself. So I'm not asking for a lot. I'm only asking for one more Patreon. All it takes is 69 cents per episode, and you too get into the drawing of lovely things that we draw people for.
Just so we're gonna jump back for a second. When we were talking about music, I posted on Twitter. Is Chris Stapleton country? And we got one reply from Rusev Day Enthusiast. His Twitter is, let me see here, Tiger John M. And he said, absolutely. So it's 1-0. Chris Stapleton is country music.
No, it's 1-1. I say,
well,
okay.
No, our votes don't count because then it would be 2-1. He is country. Our votes don't count because I would say he is country.
And I say he's not. So you can go 2-1. That's fine.
Okay.
All we got is one person. And dude, come on.
I'm just saying we actually got some community feedback.
No, that's
here.
awesome. That's fine.
It's the first time.
Here's the thing. Yes, he comes from a country background. I think he considers himself to be country, but his music and his lyrical content is actually good. Therefore,
well, I mean, most country music. So I think you're basing your country hatred on guys like, oh shit, I can't even think of any of them because today's country is horrible. Like Florida Country Line, that's not country. That's New Kids on the Block.
But
remixed to country
but Chris has some stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah, he dabbles in music with Justin Timberlake and all that. Yeah, I get that. That's more, I think, just trying to get some more listeners to,
But I
think if Johnny Cash was around still and he was Chris Stapleton's age, he would be doing the same thing. That's just the nature of the beast now.
What about my boy Shaky Graves? What is he?
Great. He's great.
Is he country?
He's Americana, isn't he? Isn't that what he's classified as? Americana and
I don't know what he's classified as.
But he's great. Yeah, I mean, his lyrical content is amazing. And he has a song. He has a song. I'll have to look it on YouTube really quick because I'm horrible with names. But he has a song with a female chick.
Oh yeah. Over You or something.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Shaky Graves.
Shaky Graves.
Yeah. Now, yeah, his stuff is like it could probably be considered country too at times, but it's a little bit if you were to pick it. See, I don't know all these new names for music.
Dearly Departed. With let's see, is her name on there? Let's see.
His is almost like.
Did we play this on one of our podcasts?
I don't think so.
No.
What's it called?
Esme
Blues.
Patterson.
His is almost bluesy in a way too, because he
jazzy.
He picks his way through a song.
Yeah. Americana, bluesy, jazzy.
If you guys would like to listen to this, by all means, go to the NPR with Shaky Graves, and it is fucking phenomenal. It's probably one of the best NPRs ever put out there.
I'll throw it in the show notes.
He's just so chill and like got so much going on and so relaxed in his music. His real name is Alejandro. I never would have guessed. I thought it would have been like Dave or something. But
speaking of NPR music Tiny Desk concerts, did you ever see the one with Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros? Mm-mm. That's a great one.
I did see our buddy Chris on there, Stapleton, and
with his wife.
Yeah. And the other one that was really good that my other favorite one is there's some woman that's like really short. She plays a violin.
Okay.
And she's, I don't know, got some sort of deformities to her. I don't remember her name at all, but she sings and plays really, really, really well. I should probably look that up now, huh? Dennis, you talk. Or what are you going to look up deformed NPR guest?
Yeah, that's what I was looking up.
But, yeah, she sings like 3 songs, and she does a really, really good job.
Her name is Galen Lee.
Yeah. That's a good one, too.
I'll
There's some that are just kind of a little, like,
you know what? I seen hers, too, now that I see that. Yeah, I'll throw that in the show notes as well. We'll share a couple of these.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, that's all I got for now.
So what I love most about this podcast, besides spending time with you, AJ, is that we went off on a tangent about how people are good and equal and the same after I talked about a tweet that wasn't even real. And I think that's the cool thing about podcasts and discussion and conversation is that if you were to believe what most people on Facebook tell you, that the world is a horrible place and there's no room for conversation, we just proved with no doubt that that's so untrue, that there's so much left to be talked about, and we can get along and we can make fun of the realities of our life, and they don't have to be realities. These things don't have to define our existence. And I was thinking about that while you were going on about the wine tasting and meeting the gentleman that you had no idea who he was, and right. you had made an opinion on him before you knew him, and by the end of the night, you realized that you were wrong.
I didn't necessarily make an opinion.
Well, but you had an assume
when you look at somebody,
judgment.
yeah. But
this is the scary thing.
He did. We all do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right. And this is the scary thing. This is the very premise of Rocky IV. Rocky went to Russia to fight Ivan Drago.
Oh my God, we're going back into Rocky again.
Yep. This is what they call a callback. He went to Russia to fight Ivan Drago. And when him and Ivan Drago were fighting, the Russian fans hated him. But they don't know why they hated him. In fact, the very reason they hated him was ridiculous, because he was only there to avenge the death of his best friend, Apollo Creed, by the hands of the murderous Ivan Drago. So these Russian fans were actually fans of a murderer. But as the hours went by and these two Goliaths battled and fought and punched and destroyed each other, they realized the heart of Rocky. And that's what we need to realize, AJ, is that we all have hearts. And that's all I got to say. This has been the most poetic and beautiful Functioning Drunks podcast that's ever existed.
Sure it has, buddy. Sure it has.
And I really hope that Patreon Jen wears those underwear that we sent.
Yeah, we ate the crotch out ourselves.
And they were my underwear.
Oh, we have to do that.
Yeah, we do. You got anything else, buddy?
All I gotta say is I've never have seen Rocky IV, so
I just gave you the whole gist of it. So
yes, I feel like I've seen it now. Yeah. Okay.
Best podcast ever.
Best podcast ever again. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I say we cue the white chick.
Cue the white chick.
You're listening to the Functioning Drunk podcast.